When I tell producers that I can teach them how to sell beats at $1,000 a piece, a lot of times they're skeptical, and it makes sense because we have something called a limiting belief. Whether our threshold is higher or lower than somebody else's, we all have some sort of limiting belief. I don't believe that I can sell a beat at $20,000 a piece, even though it's been done before, but I have certain beliefs within my system where I don't feel confident in order to charge that. And until we break down the barriers of that limiting belief, we're going to be below that ceiling. And so that's the same with everybody. But saying things like you can't sell beats at $1,000 a piece, only artists will pay $30 for it, that's your limiting belief. Because there's plenty of people that charge high ticket for their production and for their services. Just because you haven't experienced it yourself does not mean that it is not doable, and it does not mean that there is not a market out there. That's like saying that luxury items should not exist. They cannot sustainably exist, is what they're saying. So Lamborghini, Ferrari, Rolex, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, that's saying that those companies cannot sustainably exist. They've already proven it wrong, right? They make millions of dollars because there is a market out there. There's a certain type of person that will buy a Lamborghini. Now, just because the mass general public is not going to be in the market for a Lamborghini does not mean that there's not somebody or a group of people that are there that would be willing to buy that. So let's say that you're looking for a watch. You're shopping for a watch and you're willing to spend $100 or $200. There's no way that you're going to be touching the territory of how much a Rolex costs. So to you, you're like, there's no way. There's no point, right? It's stupid to spend that much money on a Rolex because that's your limiting belief. That's your experience. That's what you can afford. But that does not mean that somebody out there is not willing to spend that kind of money on a watch. And that's the same thing with music production. That's the same thing with every single market. There's different tiers. And within those tiers, everybody has a different mindset. People think differently. Okay? So think about the low ticket tier. So this is kind of like, hey, if you buy a beat, I'll give you like 50 of them for free. I'll give you 69 of them for free because these type of people in this low tier market, the way that they think is like discounts, best deal. How can I get the most without having to sacrifice anything? Okay, so think of this as like Walmart. Think of Walmart people. Okay, so these are the type of people that are, first of all, the loudest. Right? So you hear this everywhere. Oh, people will not buy beats for $30. Or they will only buy beats for $30. They will not spend more than a couple $100. They're the loudest because they have the most negative mindset and they're constantly complaining about things. Right? These are the people that leave bad comments on YouTube videos. These are the people that talk shit on your Facebook ads. These are the people that talk shit on social media because they're the loudest. They have the most time to do this. And so they like to express their opinions, and that's why it starts to affect other people and it starts to lower your threshold of limiting beliefs. So the reason why these people think this way is because what is important to them is to get the best deal. They don't care about the result. They don't care about the outcome. The value doesn't matter. It's just, how do I get the best price out of this, right? And then even at that point, people of Walmart, they're constantly returning, right? They're dissatisfied. You don't want to deal with the low ticket market because they're hard to satisfy. When you look at a low ticket customer, think about Walmart. These people will literally go out and buy the cheapest shorts possible because it's at Walmart. It's like $5 shorts, and they'll still go back and return and complain about it because it doesn't fit them, because they're too big, but somehow it's the shorts' fault, right? Their thinking is irrational, and so to break their belief system is very difficult. So what do you do? Nothing, right? These are the people you should be weeding out. Because these people's current mindset and the way that they think is just going to cause you trouble down the line. Like, if you want to work with these people, they're just going to give you a headache, right? But the great thing is these people show themselves. They show themselves. They go on social media. They complain about things. They put negative aspects on everything, and they say this doesn't work, that doesn't work, blah, 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 all because of their limiting belief, right? They tell me that you can't sell beats at $1,000 a piece, even though I'm paying my bills with this, and I've done it. They're still somehow right because their thinking is irrational. So do you really want to target these people? Because how you target these people, how you get these people to gravitate towards you, is by doing things like this. Buy one, get 50 for free. Okay? Because they want to get the best deal possible. They want to get as much as possible without sacrificing anything. Now, the mid-tier market is still, price is the most important to them, right? So they still want the best deal. Think of it as like the mall. If you go to the mall and you go to Macy's and you try on a jacket and you're like, this is a nice jacket, but if I just walk down the mall to JCPenney, it might be a better deal. And so when you sell beats like this, you know, it's still kind of a commodity because this kind of stuff is available everywhere. So they could just say they're on BeatStars and they're shopping for a beat. They like your beat, but then they hear another beat that is very similar, but it's just a little bit cheaper. Maybe it's $80. Well, they're probably going to go with the one that's $80, right? Because it saves them a little bit of money. And that's the mindset of these people. It's still a price over value transaction. Now, when you dive into the way that the high ticket market thinks, they do not care what kind of price they're paying. What they care about is the value that they get out of it. And so if you want to position yourself to attract these kind of people, you need to think about how much value can you create? How much value can you stack upon your product in order to deliver the most value so that you can charge them what you want and they are willing to pay. Okay? Everyone thinks different here. Have you seen anybody go, I don't know if you go to Lamborghini dealerships, but have you ever gone to a Lamborghini dealership and seen those people? Do you think they sit there and they're like trying to negotiate to get like $1,000 price cut? $2,000? They don't care. Okay? When you walk into a Rolex store, they try on every watch because they want the watch that fits them the best. They want the outcome to be what they want. They don't care about what price they're going to pay, right? So these are the kind of people you want to deal with because, first of all, these are the easiest people to sell, right? They just care about the outcome. They don't care about the price. They don't care about this. They don't care about all the little things. They just care about what kind of value can you create for them. And so if you want to learn how to target this market, there's a free training down below. I'm going to leave a link. It's going to talk about how you do high ticket and how you can utilize the high ticket system to sell your own beats. So if you haven't already, please check out that training. The link is down below. And please follow, please subscribe, please do all those YouTube things that people do if you want to learn more about this. And thanks for watching this video.